Hey everyone, Joe here. Well, got another tutorial today, Lightroom tutorial obviously, and I'm going to talk to everybody about soft proofing. Now this is something we haven't covered before, and I kind of wanted to go over it because a lot of people think that as soon as you get a monitor calibration kit that your prints will come out perfect, and that could be further from the truth. Fact is, your printer has its own ICC profile as well. And plus, depending upon the ink and also the paper you're using, your photos can come out completely different. And there's a way we can kind of work with this. And the way I kind of show you, although I'm going to admit to everybody, I highly recommend if you're going to be printing stuff to buy a printer calibration kit when you buy your printer. Now, for those of you who are just hobbyists and don't really want to spend, $200 or $300 on a printer calibration kit, on top of already spending money on your monitor calibration, we can kind of work and adjust the colors a little bit to kind of help, get close enough, at least for home use. Like I said, for professional use, though, you definitely want a printer calibration kit. So let's get in here and talk about soft proofing, shall we? Let's go ahead and take one of the photos I edited right before the holidays, and I'm going to pull it to the develop module here. Now, this is a picture of my daughter, and it looks right. Now, this photo is perfect, except that's not exactly what my printer will print. So, if you go down here at the bottom, and let me zoom in here a little bit, and you see where it says soft proofing. All right. We want to click on that, and we'll notice immediately the background turns white, and the colors change in my picture here, around my daughter's face and everything. And this is what my printer will actually print. Now, I'll have a little cheap Epson printer. It's a document printer, but it can print, decent enough resolution. Colors are not always right, though. So, now, like I said, this is what it will look like when it prints, at least color-wise. And if we go over here to the other corner, and we put it over here, you'll see where it says Profile, Epson, Inkjet, Printer, 07. That's the ICC profile for my printer. All right. Now I'm going to click on that and change it a little bit right here. As I click over here and put it on BenQ, that's the ICC profile for my display. It looks warmer. Okay. However, this is what it correctly should look like. But when I go to print it, this is the way it's going to look. So how do we get around that without creating another ICC profile, which requires to get a printer calibration kit? Now I'm going to say again, if you're going to do this commercially or paid, if you get paid to do this, buy the printer calibration kit. All right, but if you're just printing for yourself, I'll show you an easier way, cheap way anyway, to do this. So I'm going to go down here at the bottom. Now, like I said, I still have soft proofing checked. And you can see soft proofing is still checked over here. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to adjust my hue on my reds down here under camera calibration. Now this because I want to add a little more warmth to those reds. Now you can see, just adjust it just a little bit. May have to back off. It doesn't take much. And for printing, I think that'll work. Now as soon as I let go of changing the hue, I get this screen popped up here. It says create virtual copy for soft proofing. So let's create a proof copy. Okay. And basically what this does, we go back to the library module here, to the folder where we have all our files. We'll now have our original. Then we have this much warmer looking one. Now, this is what it looks like actual, but this isn't what's going to get printed. So let me click on it again, back in the develop module here. And we can see now it looks like it will be printed. Okay, so we added warmth back to it. So therefore, if your printer's not printing out just right, you can adjust the colors a little bit right here to kind of get it better. Like I said, it's not accurate, but it's close enough for somebody who's just printing for themselves. Okay, so what do we do here? Now that we've got this ready to go, we can go over here to print. And see if I can't pull this into the print module. And it's got another one I had pulled in the other day. Now, like I said, it still looks warm here because our printer doesn't print warm enough. Now, while this is pretty much close, you got to take into account also your printer paper and the amount of ink that your printer will be dropping. So we kind of got the colors close now, but if we go down here to print adjustment, let me see if I can zoom in here. You'll notice I have brightness of 80, plus 80, and contrast of plus 30. That's because when I go to print on my paper, the brightness wasn't bright enough. It's still printing too dark. And the contrast was very, very low. So I had to bring up the brightness of a huge amount to plus 80, and I had to bring up the contrast to a plus 30 to get mine to print out what I felt was acceptable and looked really nice. So now this is going to be different for every piece of paper that you print on. So if you print on from matte paper to gloss paper, this will have to be changed. This is why also, if you actually want to print this, commercially or whatever, you need a printer calibration kit, because you'll have to set up ICC profiles for every type of ink you use and for every paper combination with those two. So if you have like one type of ink you're using for a while, then you switch to another type of ink, you'll have to then make an ICC profile for each one of those types of photo papers that you'll be using as well for that new type of ink. So I'm using the Epson ink that came with the printer, so the colors that I'm going to be seeing with printing from when I soft proofed is what I'll be getting now. I just still had to adjust the brightness and contrast for my paper and stuff. So that's kind of an easy, well, it's not really easy, it's kind of trial and error a few times to get my photos to print well enough. Now, I'm used to printing out and just carrying my stuff to say Walmart or Walgreens and stuff, but since I moved to the Philippines, not so easy. So there's no Walmart or Walgreens here for me to just carry my prints to that have printed. So I'll be getting a new printer here before too long, as well as that printer calibration kit. But I wanted to show this to anybody that's printing at home and just doesn't, just prints the stuff to hang up in their own house and stuff, that doesn't it commercially. It's kind of how you can adjust your printer to get the best results. Like I said, soft proofing, just use the ICC profile that comes with your printer, and it should get you pretty close. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoys this tutorial, and it kind of helps everybody kind of get the colors and everything correct when they go to print. And if you like this video and you found it helpful, how about a thumbs up? Thumbs up is always highly appreciated. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe is free, it's for you, and let you know when I release more videos. Until next time, everyone, thank you for watching.